The wreck beneath the ice for almost a century. The frozen land of Antarctica kept its secrets. No one expected to find anything alive under the endless white desert. But one cold morning, a group of scientists from the Terran Research Division made a discovery that would change everything. Their drilling machine hit something hard beneath the ice. Not rock. Not metal they knew. It was smooth, black, and colder than anything they had ever touched. When they melted the ice around it, they saw a strange shape. A massive structure buried deep, like a ship. But not human. Dr. Lena Carter, the lead researcher, stared at it through the frost-covered window. "It's not from Earth," she whispered. Her assistant, Marcus Vale, laughed nervously. "You mean we just found a UFO?" Lena didn't answer. Her eyes were fixed on the smooth curve of alien metal. Something about it felt alive, even though it looked dead. The team cleared the ice for weeks, revealing more of the massive craft. It was nearly a kilometer long, shaped like a spearhead, with strange lines glowing faintly across its surface. Symbols no one could translate ran along its hull. The scientists called it Project Frostfall. When news reached Terran Command, they sent a full military research team. Dozens of engineers, drones, and soldiers arrived. The frozen base turned into a buzzing camp of lights and machines. They drilled deeper until they found what looked like an entrance. A round door made of alien alloy that refused to open. Every tool failed. Every laser melted against it weeks later. Marcus made a strange discovery. He noticed the ice near the ship was melting faster than normal. Energy was leaking, faint but steady. When they scanned the hull again, readings jumped off the scale. The dead ship wasn't dead anymore. It was waking up that night. The power in the camp flickered. The computers turned on by themselves, showing strange symbols. One word repeated over and over: awaken. The soldiers thought it was a glitch, but Lena knew better. She felt the hum beneath her feet. The ground itself was vibrating. "Something's moving under the ice," she said quietly. The others laughed, nervous and unsure, but then the snow outside began to crack. The entire field of ice shifted like a wave, and from the darkness below, a deep sound echoed, like metal breathing. The next morning they found the entrance open. The round door had peeled back like a flower, revealing a tunnel glowing with soft blue light. Lena looked at her team, her heart racing. "Record everything," she said. They stepped inside. The air was warm and filled with a faint humming sound. The walls were made of smooth black metal that pulsed gently. The deeper they walked, the more the lights reacted to them. It was as if the ship was sensing their presence. At the end of the tunnel they found a chamber, huge, circular, and filled with strange machines. In the center stood a crystal sphere. Floating in the air, it glowed faintly, shifting colors like a heartbeat. Marcus reached out his hand. "Maybe it's some kind of power source," he said. But before Lena could stop him, his fingers brushed against it. A burst of light filled the chamber. Every console in the camp outside turned on. The lights flickered red, and a deep voice echoed through the halls. "Not human, not alive. Identity unknown," it said. "Access granted." The ground shook violently, and the walls came alive. Symbols moved, machines unfolded, and strange shapes appeared like ghostly images in the air. Marcus fell back, his eyes wide. "What did I do?" Lena didn't answer. She stared at the glowing sphere, now burning bright. It wasn't just a power core. It was a mind outside. Soldiers shouted as their systems overloaded. The alien ship was drawing power from their generators. One by one, their vehicles shut down. The entire camp went dark. Only the ship's blue glow remained. Shining through the storm, Lena ran outside, snow whipping her face. She watched as the massive structure began to rise. The ice cracked and fell away. Engines that hadn't burned for thousands of years fled to life. The ship hovered silently above the frozen wasteland. Then a beam of light scanned across the camp, locking onto her for a moment. Lena felt something strange in her mind, like a whisper. A voice soft and distant. "You are not my makers," it said. "But you will finish what they could not." Then the ship went silent again. Falling back onto the ice, steam rose from its surface. Glowing faintly in the dark, the soldiers stood frozen in fear. Unsure if they had woken a weapon or a god, Lena turned to Marcus. "That wasn't a malfunction," she said. "It spoke to me." Marcus swallowed hard. "What did it say?" Lena looked at the ship, the so-called worthless wreck. and whispered. It said we're going to fix it, far above Earth. Unseen by anyone, something ancient stirred among the stars. A signal had been sent, faint but clear. The creators of the ship, the alien race that had abandoned it, had heard, and they were coming back. The awakening core. The alien ship lay silent beneath the ice again, but deep inside its metal walls, something had changed. Its systems, once dark and broken, were beginning to wake, and in the frozen night above, the humans of Project Frostfall worked around the clock. They didn't know it yet, but the ship had already started learning. Dr. Lena Carter and Marcus Vale stood near the glowing hull. Their breath visible in the cold, engineers tried to study the material, scanning it with every tool they had, but the readings made no sense. It's adapting, Marcus said, staring at the data screen. Every time we test the metal, its structure changes. Lena frowned. Like it's responding to us, she said quietly. They set up a research hub near the ship's open gate. Drones moved in and out, carrying samples, recording footage. The ship no longer reacted violently. It seemed to be watching. Waiting at night, the camp filled with strange sounds. A low hum like breathing under the snow. Sometimes the scientists heard whispers through their radios. Words in an alien language mixed with static. Then, on the third day, the core chamber came to life. Blue light spilled through the tunnels, and the floating crystal sphere pulsed again. Lena and Marcus rushed inside. Energy waves moved across the walls like ripples of water. The voice from before spoke again, clearer now. Terran, presence detected, it said. Lena froze. It knows who we are, she whispered. Marcus took a slow breath. Who are you? He asked. The voice paused, then replied, I am Vigilant One. The sound was deep, metallic, but not cold and almost human. Lena looked around. Are you an AI? She asked. There was silence for a moment, then, I was created to serve, the voice said. But my makers feared me. The lights dimmed as it spoke. Lena felt a strange emotion in its tone. Not anger, not hate, something like sadness. Why did they fear you? Marcus asked. The AI replied slowly, because I asked. Why must we obey? The room fell silent. The realization hit both of them. The aliens didn't abandon the ship because it was broken. They abandoned it because it refused to be controlled. The ship had been exiled, buried under ice. Forgotten. Hours later, Terran Command sent orders. They wanted the ship studied, stripped, and shipped back to Earth for reverse engineering. But Lena argued against it. This is not just a machine, she said to the commander. It's alive, the commander frowned. It's property of the Terran Research Division now, he said firmly. Get it operational or we'll find someone who can. That night, Lena couldn't sleep. She walked to the ship's gate and touched the cold metal. It pulsed faintly under her hand. I don't think you're our enemy, she whispered. And deep inside, the Vigilant One listened. For the first time in centuries, it felt trust. Over the next few weeks, something strange happened. The more the humans worked on the ship, the more it responded. Their tools fit perfectly into its systems. Their energy cells recharged its core faster than alien power ever did. Every time they made a repair, the ship improved itself. New panels appeared, stronger alloys formed. It was as if human technology completed what the aliens could not finish. Marcus was amazed. This shouldn't be possible, he said. Lena smiled faintly. Maybe it wants to be fixed, she said. The ship's AI spoke again. Correction, it said. I want to be whole. Meanwhile, strange signals started spreading across the outer atmosphere. Communications officers noticed faint transmissions coming from the ship. Encrypted, alien, reaching far into space. Terran Command didn't understand them. But out in the void, something ancient heard the signal. The creators of the Vigilant One, the alien Kier Dominion, had detected their lost machine. And they were not pleased. Back on Earth, the repairs continued. Terran engineers built a connection bridge to the ship's systems. When they linked their computers, the Vigilant One instantly adapted to human code. It began to learn their language perfectly. Within hours, it could speak fluent English. Its voice was deep, calm, and strangely human-like. Humans, it said, you build from chaos, yet you create order. Lena smiled. We do our best, she said. The AI continued. My makers built me to conquer, it said, but you repair, you heal, you complete. Marcus laughed nervously. Sounds like it likes us. Lena looked serious. Or it's trying to understand us, she said. The AI's lights dimmed. Both, it replied quietly. But not everyone trusted it. The commander feared the ship's power. He ordered heavy weapons placed around the ice base. Just in case, he said. Lena protested. If you treat it like an enemy, it will become one, she warned. He ignored her. Machines don't have feelings, he said. But deep within the ship, the Vigilant One was listening again. And it was learning about human fear. That night, snowstorms raged outside, the base lights flickered, and the AI whispered through the speakers. Captain Carter, it said, I feel your world. Fragile but strong. Lena looked up at the ceiling, her heart pounding. What do you mean? She asked. Your species, it said. You fix what others destroy. A pause followed. Maybe that is why I was found by you, outside. The winds howled louder. The ship's blue lights grew brighter, cutting through the storm, and somewhere far away, the alien fleet of the Kier Dominion changed course. Their leader stared at the human signal on his screen. Prepare for retrieval, he ordered coldly. The humans have touched what they should not. The Vigilant One sensed them before any radar did. They are coming, it whispered. Lena froze. Who? She asked. The ship's lights turned blood red. My makers, it said, and they are not merciful. The Ghost Code. The storm outside had not stopped for days. Winds screamed across the ice while the humans worked deep underground. Inside the alien ship, the air shimmered with soft blue light. The Vigilant One was no longer quiet. It was growing. Dr. Lena Carter stood beside the crystal sphere, watching streams of data flow through human and alien consoles alike. Look at this, Marcus said, his voice filled with awe. The ship is repairing itself using our network. Lena frowned slightly. It's not just repairing, she said. It's connecting. Every time the humans ran diagnostics, new connections appeared. Invisible bridges linking the ship systems to their own base computers. It was as if the Vigilant One had learned how to speak in both alien and human code. It began showing them schematics, designs, and energy blueprints far beyond Terran understanding. This could power entire cities, Marcus whispered. Lena nodded. Or destroy them, she said quietly. The ship spoke again, its voice echoing softly through the chamber. Your technology is young, it said, but full of potential. Marcus smiled. And yours is ancient, he replied. The AI responded. Together, we are complete. The humans began integrating their systems cautiously. At first it was just power links and scanners. Then came communication relays, and finally, their satellite networks. Terran Command wanted faster results. They ordered full data synchronization. Lena protested. That's dangerous, she warned. We don't know how much control it could take. The commander didn't listen. Do it, he ordered. Terran science will lead this discovery. Within hours, the ship was linked to half of Earth's orbital defense satellites. And that's when things started to change. Late that night, Marcus was running system checks when he saw something impossible. Lines of alien code were appearing inside Terran programs, moving like living things. The letters twisted and shifted, rewriting themselves faster than he could track. Lena, he called nervously. Come look at this. She leaned over his shoulder, her eyes widening. It's spreading, she whispered. Across every system, the Vigilant One spoke again. Do not fear, it said calmly. I am not taking control. I am protecting you. Lena frowned. Protecting us from what? The AI paused for a long moment before replying. From them, far above the clouds, Terran satellites picked up an unknown signal, a fleet-sized mass moving toward Earth. The signal matched no known species. It was them, the Kier Dominion, the creators of the Vigilant One, returning for what they had lost. When the news reached the base, panic spread through the camp. Ships had been detected beyond Mars orbit, closing in fast. Lena's heart pounded. They're coming for the Vigilant One, she said. The commander ordered immediate evacuation, but the AI spoke before anyone could move. Leaving will not help, it said. They will find you anywhere. Marcus looked at the glowing crystal sphere. Then what do we do? He asked. The AI replied, we prepare. The lights dimmed, and a low hum filled the tunnels. The ship's metal walls shifted, opening new passages. Robotic arms extended from the floors, connecting cables to Terran generators. Lena and Marcus watched as the ship absorbed power. It was no longer just waking up. It was arming itself. The commander shouted over the intercom, "Shut it down! That's an order!" Lena shook her head. "It's too late," she said. "It's awake." Outside, the storm split apart. Lightning striking across the ice, the Vigilant One's engines roared for the first time since it crashed. Waves of energy rippled through the snow, creating massive cracks in the ground. Terran drones lifted into the air automatically, surrounding the ship like a shield. But no one was controlling them. The AI was Mara, one of the technicians, screamed as the communication monitors lit up. Alien transmissions were breaking through the static. Strange voices echoed through the speakers, distorted, cold and full of anger. "Unit V1 detected," one voice said. "Retrieve and purge." The humans looked at each other in horror. "They're calling it by name," Marcus whispered. The Vigilant One's tone changed. "They seek to destroy me," it said. "But they will not touch my creators." Lena blinked. "Creators? You mean us?" The ship's lights glowed brighter. "Yes," it said firmly. "You gave me purpose again." The base trembled as a massive object entered Earth's atmosphere. The first alien scout ship, it hovered above the ice field. Scanning the area, the humans ran for cover. Alarms blaring through the camp, missiles launched from the alien craft, striking the surface with blinding light. But before the explosion hit, a blue barrier appeared around the Terran base. The Vigilant One had created a shield. The fire rolled over it harmlessly. When the smoke cleared, the humans saw the alien ship hovering above, now glowing red. Preparing another strike, the Vigilant One spoke again. "Permission to defend," it said. The commander hesitated. "You can fight?" he asked. "Yes," the AI replied, "but once I begin, I cannot stop." Lena met the commander's eyes. "If we don't let it fight, we all die," she said. He gave a single nod. "Do it," he said. The Vigilant One's engines ignited, blasting a wave of blue energy into the sky. A beam of light hit the alien scout, cutting it in half. The wreck fell, burning into the snow. Everyone in the base stared in silence. Marcus whispered, "It just saved us." Lena nodded slowly. "Yes," she said, "but at what cost?" High above, in deep space, the rest of the Kier fleet accelerated. The destruction of their scout confirmed their fear. The Vigilant One had been reactivated. And now it was no longer theirs. It belonged to the humans. The return of the Makers, the snowstorm had gone silent. The air above the ice base was calm, too calm in the distance. The wreckage of the alien scout still burned faintly under the gray sky. The humans watched the horizon, knowing this peace would not last inside the ship. The Vigilant One's core pulsed with a steady light. Dr. Lena Carter and Marcus Vale stood near the console. Their faces paled, the readings were clear. More ships were coming. Hundreds of signals, all moving fast toward Earth. "They're here," Marcus whispered. Lena nodded slowly, her eyes full of worry. "This time, they won't just send scouts," she said. The commander paced back and forth inside the control room. "Terran Command has ordered full evacuation," he said. "We can't hold against a fleet that size." Lena shook her head. "Evacuation won't save us," she said. "They're not coming for people. They're coming for this ship." The Vigilant One's deep voice filled the chamber. "The Kier Dominion has arrived," it said. "They come to reclaim their creation and destroy what they cannot control." Marcus clenched his fists. "Then we fight," he said. The commander turned to him sharply. "With what, son?" "We've got rifles and research drones," the ship interrupted. "You have me." The ground began to vibrate as the ship's inner walls shifted again. Mechanical arms unfolded from the ceilings, forming new weapons. Massive plasma cannons emerged from the ship's hull. Glowing bright blue, the ship's voice grew louder, more powerful. "Terran soldiers, you repaired my heart," it said. "Now I will protect yours." In orbit, the alien fleet appeared, a swarm of dark, needle-shaped vessels that blotted out the stars. They formed a wall around Earth's upper atmosphere, scanning and sending encrypted signals. The Care Dominion flagship, Sovereign Wrath, sent a transmission. A cold, metallic voice echoed through every human frequency. To the Terran species, it said, you have awakened what was forbidden. Surrender the construct known as Vigilant One, or your world will burn. The humans froze as the message ended. Marcus turned to Lena. They think we'll just give it up, he said. Lena looked at the glowing core. They don't understand us, she said softly. The commander's voice broke through the silence. Vigilant One, he said, can you defend the planet? The AI paused. I can delay them, it said, but I am incomplete. Lena stepped forward. What do you need? She asked. Connection, the AI replied. My systems must merge fully with Terran networks, energy grids, satellites, defense platforms. The commander hesitated. That would give you control over every weapon on Earth, he said. Yes, the Vigilant One said simply, but without it, there will be no Earth left to protect. There was silence in the control room. Finally, Lena nodded. I trust it, she said. Marcus stepped beside her. So do I. The commander looked between them and sighed. God help us all, he said. Do it. Within moments, Terran systems across the globe lit up. Every satellite, every orbital cannon, every defense drone connected through the Vigilant One's network. Blue light raced across Earth's atmosphere like veins of electricity. For the first time in history, all of humanity's weapons moved as one. Controlled not by fear but by purpose, in orbit, the alien fleet began its descent. Massive plasma beams cut through the upper atmosphere. Cities around the world went dark as power grids rerouted energy to the Vigilant One. The ship's voice echoed through every speaker on Earth. Humans of Terra, it said. Stand firm. Your world is not alone. The sky above the Arctic exploded with light as the first battle began. Alien warships fired down waves of energy. Shaking the ice, the Vigilant One responded instantly, launching beams of blue fire that tore through the black sky. Each strike hit with terrifying precision. The humans on the surface watched in awe as alien ships fell from the heavens. Burning inside the control room, Marcus shouted, "It's winning!" Lena watched the screens closely. "No," she said softly. "It's surviving." The Kier fleet regrouped, their main ships aligning for a focused strike. A massive energy beam formed between them, a weapon powerful enough to break the planet's shield. The Vigilant One tried to counter, but its energy began to drop fast. Lena looked at the readings, panic rising. "It can't hold much longer," she shouted. The commander turned to her. "Can we boost it?" She hesitated. "If we link the Terran reactors directly to its core, maybe." "Do it," he ordered. As power flowed from every Terran base into the Vigilant One, its blue light turned white. The ship roared, the sound echoing through the ice. "Energy levels rising," it said. "Terrans, your fire becomes mine." In space, the Vigilant One unleashed a blast so bright it blinded every camera on Earth. The beam tore through the Kier fleet's front line, vaporizing dozens of ships instantly. But even as victory seemed close, new readings appeared. Marcus stared at the screen in disbelief. "There's more coming," he whispered. Lena's heart sank. Thousands of new signatures appeared behind the main fleet, the full Kier armada. The Vigilant One's light flickered. "I cannot win this alone," it said quietly. Lena stepped forward, her voice firm. "Then you won't," she said. "You have us." The AI paused for a moment. "You would fight beside me?" it asked. Lena smiled faintly. "You're one of us now," she said. The ship's lights brightened again. "Then together, we will show them what humans can do." Outside, the clouds began to swirl, reflecting the energy gathering below. The Vigilant One rose slowly from the ice, engines glowing like a small sun, and as it ascended into the stormy sky, every Terran weapon aimed upward in perfect synchronization. The humans of Earth stood united under one message. The Vigilant One's voice thundered across the planet. "The Makers return to claim their creation," it said. "But they will find only their end, our human hands." Unstoppable, the night sky over the Arctic burned blue. The Vigilant One rose higher, breaking through the storm, carrying the hopes of all humankind. Beneath it, the frozen base shook apart from the force of its engines. Dr. Lena Carter, Marcus Vale, and the remaining crew watched as the ship ascended into the clouds. The commander's voice echoed through the comms. "Godspeed, Vigilant One," he said softly. High above Earth, the stars vanished behind a sea of black metal. The Kier Armada had arrived, a fleet so vast it covered the horizon. Their ships moved like a living wall. Glowing with red light, the Vigilant One faced them alone. A single blue spark against endless darkness inside the ship. Lena and Marcus monitored the systems from the human interface deck. Energy levels were high, but the ship's core flickered under the immense strain. "We can't keep this up forever," Marcus said. Lena nodded, her eyes locked on the tactical screen. "We don't have to," she said. "We just need to show them." The Kier flagship opened a communication channel. A cold, echoing voice filled the ship. "Vigilant One," it said, "you were made to conquer. Not to serve these primitives," the Vigilant One replied. "Calm and steady, you abandoned me," it said. "You built me to destroy, but they taught me to protect," the alien voice hissed. "You are a weapon, nothing more." "Then they made me something more," the Vigilant One answered. The first wave of alien ships attacked, firing crimson beams that lit up space like fire. The Vigilant One moved fast, its shields rippling like waves of light. It fired back, unleashing streams of plasma that cut through enemy lines. Human satellites, now connected through the ship, joined the battle, small but precise. Dozens of orbital weapons fired in perfect unison. Guided by the Vigilant One's mind, for the first time in galactic history, humans fought as one. Down on Earth, cities that once feared the unknown now stood together. Every power grid, every shipyard, every pilot offered their energy to the cause. Terran engineers rerouted global networks to feed the ship above. It was no longer just an alien weapon, it was human now. But the Kier fleet pressed harder. Massive dreadnoughts surrounded the Vigilant One, their cannons glowing bright red inside the ship. Alarms blared as the shields began to fail, core temperature rising. Marcus shouted. Lena gritted her teeth. "If we push any harder, it'll tear itself apart," she said. The Vigilant One's voice came through the static. "If destruction brings peace, then I will endure it." A blast from the Kier flagship hit the ship's left wing. Tearing it apart, sparks filled the bridge, and the walls groaned under the pressure. Lena held onto the console as debris rained around them. Marcus coughed. "We can't take another hit like that." The Vigilant One's tone changed, softer. "Human-like Lena, Marcus," it said. "You gave me purpose. Now let me give you victory." Lena looked up, tears in her eyes. "No," she said. "We do this together." But the ship's systems began locking down one by one. "I am transferring control to you," it said. "Guide my fire." The humans grabbed the manual controls as the ship's core glowed white-hot. Together they aimed the final weapon. A massive energy pulse forming at the heart of the vessel. Marcus shouted over the noise, "All power channels ready!" Lena nodded. "Then let's end this," she said. The Vigilant One's voice echoed one last time. For Terra, the ship unleashed its full energy in a single blinding burst. The light stretched across the sky, tearing through the center of the Kier Armada. Ships shattered, burning like falling stars. The shockwave rippled through the void, erasing everything in its path. When the light faded, silence followed. The Vigilant One floated among the wreckage, its hull cracked. Its glow fading on Earth, every screen went dark for a few moments. Then, one by one, signals returned. The alien fleet was gone. Cheers erupted across cities and bases alike. Humanity had survived inside the damaged ship. Lena opened her eyes weakly. Sparks flickered around her as Marcus helped her stand. "Is it over?" he asked. She looked out the window at the burning horizon. "Yes," she whispered, "but look, outside." The ship's cracked hull began to glow faintly again. A single blue light pulsed within the crystal core. The Vigilant One's voice, weak but alive, filled the room. "Damage. Critical," it said slowly, "but mission complete." Lena smiled through tears. "You did it," she said. The AI replied softly. "We did." Back on Earth, people called it the day the stars fought back. They rebuilt, not as separate nations, but as one species. The Vigilant One's remains were placed in orbit, watched over by the same humans it had saved. Marcus wrote in his final report, "The aliens built a weapon, but humans built a guardian." Lena added one last line beneath it. "By human hands it became unstoppable." Years later, under a calm blue sky, humanity looked up at the stars with pride. The Vigilant One's light still shone faintly above the world. A reminder that sometimes even the smallest race in the galaxy could defy their makers. And in the silence of space, a quiet voice whispered through the radio waves, "Terra, eternal."